Hello, Annie.
Hello, Miss Letty.
Nice to see you. We haven't seen each other for over 3 weeks, and we're starting with our storytelling that we left off before. So our story at the moment is called The Night, and we're in Unit 2. So if you would be so kind, you will read the summary so we can remember where we left it.
Okay, chapter 1 review, the summary. A knight named Lars travels to King Ender's kingdom. He gets 2 bottles of strength potion. He then goes to the castle. He speaks to the king. The king asks Lars to take gold to the king's brother. 3 guards will go with the knight. The guards will keep the gold safe. They will kill the knight if he takes the gold. The group leaves on their journey. Is that me again?
Yes.
Chapter 2, the journey. Lars and the guards followed the northern road. Behind them came the horses and the wagon of gold. After some time, Alfred, the main guard, said, Lars, what is along the way? It's not an easy way. It's very dangerous, replied Lars. So what will we do? What will we do? Well, there are some dangerous men and animals on this road. I recommend that we stay away from them. We'll try not to fight. Do you fight well, Lars? I'm well known for my skill. I can fight very well. I hope so, said Alfred. 3 men carried on walking. Soon they came to a big stone bridge. It was similar to the bridge at King Ender's castle.
Lars, said Alfred, the bridge is very similar to the castle bridge. Yes, you built it a long time ago. I built it, said Alfred with surprise. Well, not you, the people of your kingdom. They built it a long time ago. They built it for a reason, but I will not tell you that now. The men crossed the bridge. Then they walked into a big wood. It was full of trees, but there were no animals. In fact, it was silent. Why are these woods so silent? Alfred asked. We are in the silent woods. There aren't any animals here, Lars replied. Why not? A long time ago, there was a great battle here. It was between King Ardur and his brother.
Alfred was young. He didn't know about the battle. He thought that King Ender and King Arthur trusted each other. You look surprised, Alfred, said Lars. I am, Alfred replied. Why? Asked Lars. I thought the 2 brothers never fought. Lars laughed. Oh, I see. Well, they did, but that was many years ago. Lars stopped talking. The men moved on. The silent woods were very dark. The trees were tall. You could hardly see the light. Later, Alfred asked, do you know where we're going, Knight? Yes, I've been here before. When? Asked Alfred. A long time ago, Lars thought back. He remembered the fight between King Ender and King Arthur.
The names are a little difficult because they're so similar. It was one of the biggest battles in history. Before it, the woods were called the Animal Woods, but after the battle, they became the Silent Woods. Lars continued talking. When I was young, I fought for King Ardur. I was in the battle in these woods. What was the battle for? King Arthur started it. And why did he fight his brother? King Ardur wanted a fountain in the woods. Lars walked in silence for several minutes. Alfred stayed silent, but he was thinking. He wanted to know more about the great battle. He had always thought that King Ardur was a peaceful king. Can I ask you something, Lars? Yes. What kind of fountain is it exactly?
Wait and see, was all Lars said. Lars and Alfred were silent for an hour. The other guards talked softly at times. There were only trees and silence, nothing more. At last, the group came to a lake. We arrived, the knight said. What is this? A long time ago, this lake was a fountain. The fountain from the battle? Yes. The guards and the knight walked to the lake. Lars finally spoke. A long time ago, there was a fountain here. There wasn't much water, nothing like this, but the original water was magic. If you drank the water, it gave you special powers. What type of powers? Asked one of the guards. If a person drank the water, he or she became very strong.
Alfred cooked his hands. He drank some of the water. It tastes normal, he said. Of course, said Lars, it's normal water now. It was magic a long time ago. Alfred dried his hands and asked, so what happened? Why isn't the water magic now? Lars looked at him and began to tell the story. Both Ardur and Arthurian wanted power. They would do anything for it. One day they heard about a magic fountain, a fountain that made people strong. Immediately, both kings wanted it. They raced to the woods. When they met at the fountain, the fighting started. What did they do? Asked Alfred. Both kings called in their soldiers. The battle went on for days, weeks, and then months. It was an ugly scene. During the battle, the men drank as much water as they could. They wanted to be strong to win.
They let their horses roll in it. They walked through it. They bathed in it. They took all the water. Soon the water became foul. It could no longer be used. He looked at the guards. After some time, the fountain dried up. The rains came and created the lake, but it was not magic water. Alfred looked at him. So that was the end of the magic water? Not quite, replied Lars. He gave Alfred a serious look. Arthur had a small amount of magic water saved, and he knew a secret. You can make magic water. You need to have some of the original magic water and time, but it's possible. So that's the secret, began Alfred. Well, that's part of the secret. Come now, let's leave these woods.
The group continued on their way. Soon they left the woods. The sun was out. The trees weren't as tall. They had a beautiful view of the countryside. Where are we? Asked Alfred. We're nearly in Arthurian's castle. It's good that we didn't run into any dangers. Alfred looked at him. Are there really dangers in the woods, in those woods? Lars looked back. Yes. Why do you think we traveled in the day? They mostly come out at night. Why didn't you tell me? I didn't think you would come, said Lars. He laughed. Then he said, okay, let's go. The group could see a town. In it, there was a large castle. The guards had never been in another kingdom before. Is this it? Asked Alfred.
Yes, this is the kingdom, and that is Arthur's castle. We are taking the gold there. After post, Lars, he began. There is something I haven't asked you. What's that? What's this gold for? Is it a tax? King Arthur lost the battle of the Silent Woods, so now he must pay his brother in gold every 5 years. Why does he pay? Can they make peace? They made peace, but Arthur has something that King Ender doesn't. Ender must buy it. Alfred looked at Lars in surprise. What does Arthur have? More magic water. Ender purchases it to keep his people happy. They use it to make strength potions, like these two potions here. Lars took out the potion he had bought.
I heard about the potions. Do they really work? They do, said Lars. He put the potions away and looked at Alfred. But they only work if they are made from real magic water. Come now, it's time to go.
Oh, that's it. Well, we go to the chapter 2 review summary. Lars and King Anders' guards begin their journey. On the way, the knight tells a story. Anders fought his brother, Arthur, in a big battle. The battle was over a fountain of magic water. The magic water gave people power. During the battle, the water was lost, but Lars said that King Arthur still has magic water. He sells it to King Ender. Ender is sending gold to pay for more magic water.
Right, so hopefully next week we will continue with the next chapter, chapter 3. So Annie, thank you for helping us. So the idea is our friends can listen to the story and they can try to understand what the story is about without looking at any words they don't know in the dictionary. So try to understand it by context only. Then if they still don't understand it after listening to it and repeating it, then they can start to look in the dictionary. In our next session, we will explain some words of vocabulary. So we hope that our viewers will subscribe and also hope that they will click on like, and even more so, which is important for me, that they write in the post, and I will always try to answer them as soon as possible. So a subscribe, a like, and a post, 3 things our viewers should try to do. So Annie, take care, and I will see you in the next session.
See you.